So the first thing we need to do is give the grass a cut. We want it nice and short, and it makes our job a lot easier and a lot tidier when we're carrying out the scarifying and aerating. So aeration punches holes into the lawn, and that's the top and bottom of it. And why would we do that? When you punch a hole, it means that any surface water can drain down through the soil profile a little bit easier. It might not be perfect, but it will be a little bit easier. So it improves drainage. It also relieves any compacted areas that are in the ground, because over time, when you walk across your lawn, you are pressing that soil down, which is squeezing out the air particles that are in and amongst the soil. So in time, the ground becomes harder, the grass cannot grow as well because the roots are finding it a little bit harder to push down, and as a result, rain can't run down, the grass begins to weaken, the ground becomes hard, and it starts to lose its colour. So aeration does two important things: relieves compaction and helps to improve drainage. It's not perfect, but it certainly helps. Years ago, your grandparents would use a garden fork and fork the area, and that's a good thing. So now let's talk about scarification or scarifying. Just to make it easy to understand, we can refer to it as raking. Although technically it's not raking, it shares a lot of similarities. So it's easier just to understand if I tell you it's like raking your lawn. So you imagine there's a lot of moss in your lawn. There's also something called thatch. Thatch is like a thatched roof on an old house. It's there to stop rain from getting into the house. Thatch in a lawn is like a build-up of old dead grass clippings and other materials, and it acts like a layer between the soil and the air. And because of that layer, it means that when it rains, the rain takes a long time to get down to the roots where it's definitely needed. And if it doesn't do that, then the grass begins to suffer because it's not getting enough air, it's not getting enough oxygen flowing around, and the water isn't able to get down there. So you can understand why when a lawn becomes compacted and thatchy and full of moss, the grass begins to deteriorate. So scarification and aeration on a regular basis are two very good things that you should consider doing. So the scarifier features blades which spin round at high speeds, and they effectively rake the lawn to remove the dead material. Now it won't remove it completely, it will thin it out. Just like when you go to the barbers or your hairdressers and you have your hair thinned out with a hair thinning comb. So it's not too thick, we thin it out. And this leaves little grooves in the soil. So what we've done now, that's the first pass with the scarifier. You can't remove all the material in one go. You can certainly try, and it will remove a lot of material, but it's much easier to damage the grass. You will end up tearing the grass out and making a mess. So I'm using a backpack blower to blow it into a line to make it easier to pick up the mess. It just makes life easier, especially when you're running a business and you're doing several of these every single week. Then we take the leaf rake and we rake into piles. This for me is the most efficient way. You blow all the grass into a nice long line in the middle and then rake it up into piles. And then we simply take the leaf grabbers, these are commercial leaf grabbers or heavy duty leaf grabbers, and just pick them up and pop them into the white ton bags. Ton bags about £4 or £5 each, they're not bad at all, and you can reuse them multiple times. Right, so we get that cleared up, and then we have a quick look at the lawn and we think, right, we need to do this again. But first I'm just going round the outside using a hand-scarifying rake. This is just like a normal scarifier machine, but it's the hand version. So it's better than a rake, it's somewhere in between a hand rake and it's somewhere in between a scarifying machine. So you get a bit of speed and a bit of performance at the same time. And these are highly recommended. If you're interested in any of these, I'll leave a link in the description. But once we've done that, then we get the machine out again and we're going to go over again, but in a different direction. So it's the same process as the first pass. We'll go over a second time, and actually because there wasn't much came out on the second pass, I go over a third time but without clearing up in between. So that's 2 passes there again, and clearing up again, blowing into a line, using the rake, that's a leaf rake, and by Bulldog, one of my favourite brands to be fair. Just having a quick cup of tea with a customer there. But then from here, we crack on, and it's just the same process once again. Bag it up, put it into piles, and then we're going to give it a final mow over. And this is just to make things look neat and tidy.